Hey everybody, Dave the AI Guide here. Thanks for joining us today. Please make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. So, death. Let's sit with that for a minute. Now you're wondering, what the hell does death have to do with AI? A lot of things now, but we're going to talk about one specifically. So, I grew up in a little farm town way out in the country. There was only 500 people in the town I grew up in. There was only 30 people in my high school. We knew everyone in town. So life was pretty much oriented to going to school, finishing high school, and starting to work on the farm. Getting married shortly after that, starting to have families, doing a lot of hard work, whether it was farming or other manual work. And by the time you're 60, you're sort of beat up. Well, growing up in this little town, I had 10 guys on my street. We were all buddies. We hung out all the time when we weren't working on the farm or going to school. Spent a lot of time with these guys. A couple of them didn't make it past 50. And that's where death comes in. So why did these guys not make it past 50? They got totally discouraged with their life. That's the best way I can put it. They felt like they had to do work they didn't really want to do. They were stuck. They had no options. One day was no different than the next. They were barely making it by. It always seemed like a struggle. That's why these guys didn't make it past 50. Because in order to drown out all the pain of that life, they decided to drink heavily, really heavily. And that isn't too kind on your body after 30 plus years. So why am I telling you guys this story? Because I felt like it was time to really explain why I am doing what I'm doing. Because seeing all this made me realize how much I care about younger people who are in high school and go to work right after high school, or they go to college and go to work. And things are tough now, right? I mean, there's COVID, but even before that, it was getting harder and harder to afford to have the lifestyle that people 30, 40 years ago used to have when they graduated from school. So, one thing that I have learned a lot about is AI. And I could see this tidal wave coming. Or, to use another metaphor, a train in a tunnel coming full speed, and all you see is a light, and then you get hit. So you can tell from some of the videos I've done recently that AI is getting even faster in terms of new applications and increasing sophistication and being able to do more and more. And I don't want you guys picking career paths that are going to get crushed by AI. And I want to help you pick career paths that will be relatively safe from AI. And this is my mission, to help the younger people of this country and indeed around the world, because it's going to hit everywhere. But I'm speaking primarily right now to a U.S. audience. Help you prepare for this. So we've talked about some very unprecedented things recently. One of them is development of a vaccine that's 95% effective in 7 months, when the fastest developed vaccine before this was probably on the order of 3 to 5 years, somewhere in there. Most vaccines taking 10 years to develop and test. Now, the vaccines now are going to get emergency authorization for use, which is not the typical case. But still, the development cycle this time is unprecedented. And there's quite a few reasons for that. But one of them is AI. And AI's power to take massive amounts of data about a disease scraped from all over the world and come up with a treatment or a vaccine for the disease in record time. This is one small example. My last video was about flying cars, which are expected to be commercial within 5 years, running in Florida from Orlando to Tampa, St. Pete. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. And we're going to continue to talk about what is happening in AI to keep you totally up to date so that you understand the changes and are prepared for them. That's number one. Number two, steering you away from career paths that are at high risk. And number three, steering you towards career paths that will make it, at least for quite a while. And one of the things that we're going to be doing in the near future is giving you resources to change your life so that you can do something that will get you through and allow you to make a decent living and be safe from the AI wave, at least for, the reasonably foreseeable future. So we're going to be making a lot of changes coming up. We're really excited about those. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. We'll talk about that later. But I want you to really understand why I'm doing this, because I am determined to give you an alternative to a life where you feel trapped, where you feel like it's all struggle, where you don't see a way to make your life better, and where you end up being unemployed for long periods of time. You deserve better than that. And my goal is to help you get better than that. So this is why I did the AI guide. I have kids of my own. I care about them. And I don't want this to happen to them either. So next time we'll get back to current events, and I got some brand new things still from last week to go over with you. But it occurred to me that I really needed to share with you the real reason why I'm doing this. I'm doing it for my kids and for you, and because some of my friends felt so trapped and so discouraged in their life that they couldn't take it anymore. And that's nowhere I want anyone to be. So I'm here for my audience. I'm going to do my best for you. And I hope that I provide real value to you over the next few years while we're bringing more and more resources to bear to help you. So thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll get back to current events next time. Take care. Bye.